There's me. Mike's hot. There's you. Say something.
Hello.
All right, now don't say anything else ever again.
Hello.
Nope, never again. You had your turn. You ruined it. Should I dodge the topic of Halo Infinite tonight? Because I know if we get started, it's not gonna stop.
Well, just like last time, whatever topics you start with, that's probably what we should finish with. It only seems to get further and further from
No, we're
a
talking
real
music,
topic.
baby.
You don't even know any music. Name a musician.
Classical or also welcome to Spoiled for Choice, or welcome back if you're a recurring viewer. But yeah, before we dive in, I mean, I guess
Or
if
if
it's
you're a recursive viewer, welcome back, welcome back,
yeah,
welcome back.
yeah, and then welcome back again. Um, Classical or
Recursive
modern
means
age?
means to reiterate.
Today's topic is music, by the way,
Um,
guys. So he's asking me. He said he claims I do not know a single musician. So quiz me, son.
I said you don't know a single music. Thank you. You didn't even hear the question. We're
Bluegrass,
talking novelty.
novelty music.
Yeah, who's your favorite novelty musician? Since we're talking about musicians, then
Uh, well, if you mean novelty is in like gimmick, then I would say. I mean, I would cop out and go with Slipknot because in the beginning they were looked at as a novelty band because they wore the masks and put on the theatrics. But I think that's a cop out. So I'm gonna go with either Ninja Sex Party or I Wrestled a Bear Once.
okay, okay. I mean those are a lot closer than Slipknot to a novelty band. I find no novelty in Slipknot. I
Well,
think
they
they're
used
very
to be called a novelty
cut
band
of the
because
mill.
they thought they thought the masks like before they blew up, the masks and everything were thought to be a gimmick. So yeah.
Weird Al never needed a mask to be a novelty musician.
Well, that's because
Anybody can buy a mask.
he's funny, bro. His whole thing is
Does
comedy.
does that mean
Hold
does
on.
that mean that does that mean you think the Gorillas are a novelty band?
Mm, no. In the beginning, like as a youngster, I thought they were a novelty band because I always thought that having the animated versions or the animated characters to represent them was like it was a marketing thing. Well, as a child, I didn't understand marketing, but I thought it was like a gimmick. But I mean, which turned out to be true. It is a bit gimmicky, but it had intention as well. Who's your favorite novelty band?
My favorite novelty band,
Yeah.
Hatsune Miku, of course.
Oh,
What are you talking about?
that is a good one. What
I literally, let me tell you something real quick. I promise you, I don't know a single song by Hatsune Miku.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you even a little bit. What
Ge-
can you tell me?
Genuinely, I know that there's like three other ones, right, or whatever. There's like twins, and there's somebody with like pink hair or something, and that is as much as I know about that whole genre of music. Is that
Yeah,
there's
that's
four
about as
characters.
deep as it goes for me as well with the whole Vocaloid thing. I think that pink haired one is
I had a friend.
it's called like Sakura something. I don't. Hold on.
Now that's not a guess. That's not a guess. You can't guess someone with pink hair's name is Cherry Blossom. That's just saying, oh
No, no,
well,
no,
it's
no.
pink. It's
I think
pink.
it's like Sakura Miku or something like that. Cause I think yeah, it is Sakura Miku. I'll prove it. Hold on. Wait. Let me
Oh,
make sure none of that's lewd. All right, we're good. Uh, dang it, I got these backwards, so it's not showing my browser. Where are we at? There we are. And then I'll go here. Switch us over. Now let's get that Sakura. Nope. Sakura Miku. Bang. Right there, baby. That's who it is.
you know what that means, Tim? That means you know more about whatever. What are they called? Vocaloids? Is
I
that right?
I believe
Or
it's.
am I making that up?
Well, hold on. Let's do this. This is a music that I don't.
Let's go back a step.
What kind of music? Music is Hatsune Miku. I'm pretty sure it's Vocaloid, right? We are dweebs.
Yes.
She's 16 years old, which means people have
Who's who's 16 years old?
Hatsune
She's a
Miku.
it's a computer. It's an animation. It's just a car. It's just a drawing.
Okay, so by technical definition, it is Vocaloid because it's synthesized voice made with software.
Synthesized.
Yeah, synthesized. But it's like Vocaloid pop kind of thing.
So where did they get that she's 16 from? Is it because that's like right above legal age in
Uh,
Japan or something?
I think maybe it's. Hold on. When was? Okay, she's she was created in 2017, or no, she's created in 2007.
Okay.
Excuse me.
I was like, she couldn't have been created in 2017 because a guy in high school tried to get me to play with one of the games, and that was in 2014.
Okay, so that can't be it because that's only 14 years. So I think her character's like Hatsune Miku, the character, her age is
Hmm.
16. So if you're, you know what, we're gonna dodge that bullet. People have different strokes for different folks. Me, not
Uh,
into it. I
well, so
want
Tim, do you think? I mean, I guess the Gorillas aren't really Vocaloid because they literally do sing their songs.
yeah, yeah, it's full
Do you think
production.
that they were? Do you think they're on a similar vein of music though?
Mm, Gorillas, man, how would you
Because
if you're in the chat? How do you genre Gorillas? They're definitely like
I
pop.
mean, they're both exclusively video performers.
Hold on, what does
I
the
mean,
internet say? We're doing a lot of internet so far.
I
What
would say that they're
genre
like
is the Gorillas? What's your favorite genre, by the way? Let's go ahead and dive into a question. What's your favorite genre?
my favorite genre is somewhere in the indie rock kind of music. I
And
like things that have a little jazz and funk mixed with rock.
and thrash metal, right?
Yes, and baby metal. You're right.
They are rock, reggae, and electronic dance music. They're EDM.
That's what I said. I said EDM rock. That's my favorite.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know you like weird abstract hippie music because I was going to get you a Modest Mouse tab book or a Cage the Elephant tab book for Christmas. I could find neither of
But they
them
don't exist.
because they don't exist. So, thanks for making that difficult.
Hey, if you don't like Casey Elfin, that's on you.
There ain't no
That's on
rest.
those producers that thought,
There's no
yeah,
rest.
that's especially for the wicked. You know what I'm saying? And that's the people that just didn't want to make those books. They're wicked.
So, you like indie rock. That's your kind of thing. I
I
remember
will
you.
say,
Go ahead.
speaking of tab books, real quick, I was in Korea for a while, and there was a Studio Ghibli tablature book for all the music from all the different Studio Ghibli movies.
Why didn't you buy me
And I was
that?
scared to get it. Well, I was scared to get it because I thought it would all be in Korean because the front is in Korean, and then I remembered it's written in music after
Yeah,
I had
baby.
left that store.
Well, if
I
it's
was like, oh
tablature, it
wow.
is numbers. So like I would have to teach myself uh the Korean like numerical system, like how they do their number characters.
Well, they either use the Middle Eastern one like we do, or they use the Chinese one, which I doubt they would use the Chinese one in music.
Jordan's here. She says hi. Hi Jordan, what's your favorite genre of music? Jordalini
We've already
linguini?
covered we've already covered Vocaloid, so you can't say that one.
Yeah, Vocaloid can't be your favorite genre. I am personally my heart will always belong to like metalcore forever.
Uh, what about baby metal? Do you like baby metal?
They are good. I think the instrumentation is really good. The choreography is very weird to see in the metal sphere, but it is very appreciated. I think it's unique, man. I mean you're not gonna ever see like Killswitch Engage or like any band like that come on and Pop punk and
What's
country.
pop punk? What's
Pop.
pop punk?
That's
I've
like
never.
that's like a day to remember. Paramore was technically pop punk for a long time.
Does that
Uh,
mean Flyleaf is? If Paramore is?
Flyleaf is not pop punk by any capacity. Don't ever say that again. You're gonna
Okay.
get us
Well,
canceled.
I know that they were also considered along with Paramore, just like
But there.
Tegan and Sarah,
So here's
whatever.
when you
I don't know. I don't know.
when you fall into rock or metal music, right? The lines get so blurred because you'll have bands that are labeled as pop punk bands, but they're also labeled as like alt bands or like post hardcore. Genres just become more of a guideline than a rule, and it's just very strange to me. So I just go with the full spectrum of metalcore, like because it means 50
Well, I
things.
also feel. I also, on a similar note, I feel this kind of the same way. I couldn't really say I'm a classic rock guy or a modern rock guy or anything like that, because if a band can't play more than one type of music, and I feel like they're not really that good of a band. Like you gotta change it up a little bit, or I'm gonna get bored.
Well, Jordan likes country, so that means she likes Travis Tritt, and we know enough about Travis Tritt. He smells
She,
TROUBLE, baby.
he does. He told me that personally one time.
Man, what a mess.
Um,
Jordan,
I was trying to think of
how
other
can you
country
stand
songs,
by
but none of
Travis
them are
Tritt?
appropriate.
What about Garth Brooks? He's got friends in low places. Oh, she's upset.
In lowly places, that's where that whiskey flows and the beer it chases. Tim, that reminds me of another song. What about beer for my horses? Do you think she likes beer for my horses?
Maybe. I was told promptly to shut up and to make the for all you not
She does
watching on
not.
Twitch,
She does not like beer for her horses.
she does not smell TROUBLE if you get what I'm saying. So she doesn't
Well,
endorse
come
it.
on. Beer for my horses is a patriotic song. Are you saying you're anti-American?
Who even sings that song? I know what song you're talking about.
I
Beer
can't remember the
for
actual name
my.
of it.
That's Toby Keith. Hey,
And she says I do. She do Toby Keith.
she do Toby Keith. She gives her horses beer, and I know she has a bountiful amount of horses. She gives them beer, allows them to stumble around the pasture aimlessly. She pulls out her bow and arrow, and for explicit purposes, we are going to cut the story short there. But it's hunting.
We just go ahead and end it there.
It's hunting made easy. You'll never find a metal fan acting like that. You'll never find us acting
It's
like
just
that.
country people.
We do not behave like that.
Now, I will say 90% of the people that listen to the same music as me also typically talk about uh, a lot of drugs.
Yeah, no, you
So,
you get you get into the indie spectrum and you're talking hippies. You're talking let's not bathe for 2 weeks and take a van around the country. LSD is not bad. We
see,
just
okay, there we go. I
yeah.
was like, where do the drugs come into that? You cannot shower for 2 weeks and drive a van, and
Yeah.
you're still not on drugs.
LSD is not a bad thing. We just have to remember that gravity exists. That's the kind of
Now,
audience you gravitate
speaking
towards.
of speaking of drugs, Tim, I don't know that you've ever done anything that would
Negative.
align with this, but do you genuinely think that drugs can improve music?
Do I think drugs can improve music?
Yes.
I think yeah, in a capacity. Um, I think you as a musician are not going to find yourself a better musician by becoming intoxicated by any means, be it alcohol, drugs,
Okay.
whatever. I think whatever you
So
can
don't Dragon Force it.
yeah, don't drag it force it. However, I do think certain drugs can open your mind in the sense that you may find more creativity in places that you couldn't before. But in terms of like raw talent, you are not going to like you're not gonna smoke up and just become Stevie Ray Vaughan. You're not gonna drop some acid and write a Pink Floyd album. That's not gonna happen. If you have the capacity for it, you have the capacity for it. The drugs are just there to open the mind, I guess, to more creative ideas. That's my opinion.
All right, well, what about from the other perspective? What about on the other end of the looking glass? Do you think it improves music when you're listening to music on drugs?
Yes. I've never had a
Okay.
personal experience with any drug whatsoever. However, I've heard countless amounts of stories where like psychedelics specifically, or just taking a few sweet puffs, uh, heightens heightens the sensations that music can bring you. But I think that
Hmm.
has I think there's like stipulations to that as well. Like I think if you drop acid and go to a Cannibal Corpse concert, you're probably not gonna have a great time. Whereas if you're sober and you like Cannibal Corpse just because you like Cannibal Corpse, it's Cannibal Corpse, baby. Like that's what you signed up for. Uh, what's the worst genre ever? Country. No, I'm just kidding.
That's so mean.
No, I'm just kidding. Country's not the
Uh,
worst genre ever.
I'm I'm not a I'm not a big fan of soundscapes. Are you a big fan of soundscapes?
Like for like soundscapes for like movies, video games, like the big orchestral.
No, no.
All right,
Where
so
like it's like a where it's like a 30-minute song and they only transition notes once or twice, like old 1970s sci-fi music, basically. Where it's just
I
and it just kind of pedals there, and it doesn't actually ever become like genuine music. It's just like one or two notes.
I don't think it's the worst music ever. However, I think that if it steps outside of its place, it's it's useless. I know what you're talking about now. Like that's more ambiance. Like it's just to set a tone. It's not to do anything. But I mean, I think in the right circumstances, those kind of songs can like elevate.
Well, I mean,
They do what they're written to do.
there's some
They
good movie. Yeah, there's good movie ones. Like I'm not talking about the ones in movies that like that they actually use because those are well placed a lot of times, and that's fine. But I'm talking about the soundscapes that people do literally just for recreation that they want other people to listen to with nothing else with it. Just dry,
country
just
country's
taking it dry.
country's just redneck punk, and Jordan will die on that hill. You know,
Well, Tim,
that's not too far from the truth,
what
honestly. Unless it's
what
stadium
do you
country.
think? What do you think about the band, the Rednecks?
I don't even. I'm unfamiliar. I'm trying to in my brain. I'm trying to sort
Have
out.
you ever? Now, some people don't really know the rednecks that well. They have to consider where do the rednecks come from, and to where do the rednecks go?
The South and the South.
Do you know? Do you know what song they're famous
No.
for? Cotton Eye Joe.
All right, you can take that and shove it. What's the worst genre ever to me? There's a lot of
Yeah,
genres that I hate on principle. Uh, I,
covers.
I've grown. I've grown to learn like so as a youth I was very elitist in my musical tastes. As an adult,
Yes.
I'm more of a music appreciatus. Like I'll listen to a little bit of anything. I'll give anything a shot. But I personally disdain pop music. Uh, I think it's, and I'm not trying to sound like a hipster or anything. I just think it's very commercial. I think it's targeted, and I think it lacks substance. Like I've heard like drill time rappers who like barely ever rap about anything make more sense than like any Katy Perry song I've ever heard. And that's just how it sits for me. Like
But
I know some people
but
say
baby,
Ariana
you're a
Grande saved their
firework.
life. Like if Ariana Grande saved your life, that's your truth. Stand by it. I'm not going to judge you for liking pop music. However, I hate it and think it belongs in a bin. That's my business. I also hate mumble rap. I think mumble rap should be taken out back. Like you can put good lyrics behind a good beat and it's still a good beat. Like like that's just where I'm at, man. I think mumble rap is a
Okay.
joke within itself, and I think people within that genre understand that it's a joke within itself. And I don't think it's a funny joke.
Speaking of rap music, who's your favorite novelty rapper?
Are you talking about like mainstream or?
I don't care.
My favorite mainstream rapper. Uh, so that's a tough one for me because I like a lot of cliche rappers. I'm not even about to lie, but I also like
Okay.
I like some cliche rappers, some corny rappers. I like some of the local rappers here in Mississippi. Uh,
Name three.
there's Skinny Brag, there's Money Bags, and there's Sassy Savage.
Okay.
And my little brother's a local rapper, and he's not bad. He's just an idiot.
He's not bad at rapping. It's everything else in life.
No, as a musician, me and Zane, we grew up around music and we grew up together with music, and we both kind of share a talent for lyricism, and he had to kind of learn flow and rhythm on his own because he didn't get that naturally because he doesn't come from a musical family. But he honed his craft, man. Like I got to give it to the little moron. He's a rapper. He's definitely a rapper.
See, now I grew up on the other end of the stick. If my sister was practicing guitar, drums, bass, uh, she learned 16 instruments. But if I tried to do that with her, oh, I was getting beat up. Ain't no way I'm in that room with her. She's focusing.
No, music was the only thing that
So
kind of kept us cool. Oh, Tech Nine. Tech Nine is pretty good. I enjoy him. I like how every time I listen to a Tech Nine song, I think of Sakura from Naruto. Every time he says "cha," I just imagine Tech Nine in behind a in front of a black screen, and he's in white lines with Japanese on his forehead, with a big fist in the air, and he's just saying "cha." It's my favorite thing in the world to do, and that's a hill I'll die
you
on.
just do that. You just do that every day. Every day when you
Every
wake up,
time I
your
hear a
first
Tech Nine
first
song,
thought.
it ruins the momentum of the song for me. Just because I'm imagining a powerfully voiced man rapping, and then he becomes an anime
Mhm.
character and just says "cha." But I love it, dude. Like I'm not bagging on it at all. Everybody's got like an ad lib that they swing towards. His is "cha," and I rock with that. But I mean, I also like
Which
some.
ad lib do you skirt towards?
If I were a rapper,
Well, just any ad lib. I know you know several
uh,
in several different genres.
I mean, I find the classic A is all right.
Oh, okay, I thought you were gonna go with
Yeah.
like the classic, yeah, like that, like they did in the '80s.
Nah, man.
And or I thought you might go with the dog the dog ad libs from some of those metal bands for like a year.
Yeah, no, mine would have to. That would. I'm too in the metal spectrum to do stuff like that in a rap song without it turning into a rap metal song. I've fallen too far from that
Now I will
grace.
say I am a fan of the skirt skirt. I mean that's pretty good. You can't go wrong with a skirt skirt right in the middle of a
Can't
song.
miss a skirt, dude. Bruh! Like you can't miss it, dude. You can't miss. You can't
Blank some
miss
of
it.
that bling blow. Like
Handguns are the best, man. I do love a lot. Like I am not afraid to say I like a lot of either corny or like mainstream artists though, because like I'll listen to stuff like Hobson. I think Hobson is dope. I think he's gone through a lot of character transformation, and you can join him on that through his albums. I think that's a beautiful thing. I love when music tells a story. Uh, I like Ghostmane. I like a few Ghostmane songs because the little emo kid in me will never die.
that's sad.
Even though it's incredibly vulgar and not PC whatsoever, I love Filthy Frank's old music. I think it's hilarious, but he has incredible rhythm and he has incredible he has a good ability for making lyrics that shouldn't fit, and then they make you laugh, and I'm here for that, man. Do you have any favorite rappers? Run
You like?
DMC.
I do like Run DMC.
Everyone does.
I mean, now to be fair, I like just about any classically
To
good
be
rappers.
fair.
I mean, that's why they're classically good because they're good. I mean, that's like what is the Beastie Boys? I mean, they were kind of like that Brooklyn rap from a long time ago. I like them. They're okay. Um,
Freddie
I
Dredd,
like
dude.
what is his name? Was him Little Dicky? He's funny.
Lil Dicky's pretty
He's
funny.
everybody likes him. Yeah.
But
Um.
do you like the legends, man? Do you like Tupac, Biggie, Nas? You well, I mean
We
Eminem's
again, those are
still actively
classic.
making music.
Those are classic. Yes, those are classics. Those are understood to be good. You can't just not like them. A, because they are genuinely good. B, because you'll get shot in the streets like several of those people were.
That's true. It does happen a lot. You vibe some Missy Elliott?
Now, I will say anything after about the year 2005 in the rap spectrum, it's just like pop. I've got no idea. You could tell me 100 songs, and I might know two of them.
I did show you that song. I was listening to a Ghostman song, which once again I am ashamed and I am not ashamed at the same time. And he was saying, "Fed up, I'm fed up," and you said, "Why does he think he's a cheese? He keeps saying that he's feta." That is the whitest response I've ever heard to a rap song. So I will give you that. You're not up to date
Okay.
with rap music, but at least you know a
See,
little bit.
now
I'm
I
the
will
same way with
say I did
country.
hear. Okay, I don't know any country either. I'm
Oh my
completely
god,
blank slate. I know the Chicks Dig It. That's probably the newest country song I know. You can go
I
ahead and
don't,
look that one up if you're
I
not
don't,
sure when
dude.
that one
I
came
stopped
out.
listening to country.
Um, anyways, I will say that in terms of that rap song specifically, I had no idea what you're talking about, but then I did remember that specific scenario.
You remember the feta?
I am not a yeah, I don't really necessarily like a lot of modern rap because it's way too it's just loud and mumbly, and I'm not saying if that rapper specifically was, but he has to compete with people along those same lines, so it gets close.
Well, you
Like
know,
you can't really
genres
just pick a song and expect it not to fall into that genre.
genres follow the climate, right? Like that's kind of the whole point of music now. It wasn't always this way, but music has to be competitive instead of just an
Yeah,
art form. So like genres kind of fall into themselves because everyone has to do the same thing in a slightly different way because that's what get plays on Spotify. So that's kind of where we're at, and that sucks. And I mean, you have a few artists that are a little transformative, but even that doesn't last, right? Uh, there's always going to be
yeah. I mean, they
another.
have to either
Go ahead.
if they make that transition, they really have to stick it, or people are going to go, why do they do that? It's like whenever LeBron James tried to do golf or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you literally can't be famous for something and then expect people to be like, "Oh, well, he's doing something else. We're gonna be just as big of fans of that." Oh, he's terrible at it. Yeah, okay.
The only time it makes me mad is when people fall into a bandwagon, right? Because you have artists, which I mean, you've always had artists talk about this, but I'm talking mainstream. The song went platinum. The artist did a world tour based around these themes. Like, you know, I'm not gonna say Billie Eilish because there's so many big people before her, but like let's say like depression and like mental illness, right? One person does that, and the songs go platinum because people resonate with that because mental illness is a rampant thing. And then all of a sudden, these artists who have never spoken up in any capacity for mental illness or anything like that, now they're on a soapbox talking about how they were suffering the whole time, and now they're doing a world tour. Buy my tickets. I understand. I don't want to give the impression
Yeah,
that I'm ignorant enough to believe that some people do bottle that stuff up because they don't want to expose it to the public. I, however, am not naive enough to believe that 99% of the artists that do that are not marketing for attention because it is such an easy target to jump on.
yeah. I what I really just have a strong distaste for is like I don't care if you're a vegan or any of these other like life labels that you use, but if you establish a product and then you're like, also I'm depressed, that's not that's not awareness. That's trying to market a product to people that have that issue in their lives. And if your song doesn't, if your song or whatever is about your depression, that's fine. I'm not gonna hate on you for having depression. That's not gonna help anything. But also, if it doesn't really make sense, or it doesn't really feel like it's from the heart because somebody else wrote it, or even if I can look up that the lyrics are by somebody else and the songs by somebody else and everything else, and you just performed it, I don't really like it as much. Then it doesn't feel the same.
It doesn't press the button, dude. It just feels like recycled crap. But I mean, I like stuff that's more. I mean, I like stuff that doesn't make sense, right? Like I just said, You brought up Beastie Boys, and to me, Freddie Dredd sounds like the very angry stepbrother of the Beastie Boys. He's a little 5 foot tall French Canadian dude who like is probably the nicest guy in the world in person, and he's just rapping about like killing people and like being on a mission, and if you get in the way, he's gonna have to like put you down. Like he's one of the lyrically, he's so hard, but like if you look at this dude, it looks like a gust of wind could KO this guy. I love that, dude. I love it because it doesn't. It's not that he's pretending to be something he's not, like all these rappers who instantaneously want to die now. It's just he gets it. Like he gets the gimmick, he gets why it's big, and he can do it well. So why not? That to me, that's marketing good, because you're not taking advantage of someone. You're just taking something just generally
Yeah,
used in your genre.
you're working with what's already there, which is, I mean, that's literally why we have genres of music. You don't become a country musician by just playing random songs. You play songs that are country, and
Yeah,
so I mean, you can't be a famous rapper if you're not addressing the same concerns, the same types of music as other rappers.
yeah. I mean, when country began, which I hate that we're talking. We're both from the South and we're talking about country, so I kind of hate that we're falling into a stereotype here. But
Well, the
country in the.
worst part is, like, if you ask me to name a country song right now, literally, I've got five or so, and that I'm out. That's all I know.
So I grew up with rock, metal, and old old country music, right?
I thought you were gonna say an old gospel.
Well, yeah,
Hey
I
boy.
grew up with plenty of that as well. So like I grew up with, I mean Johnny Cash is more folk than he is country, but I grew up with like Johnny Cash, Conway Twitty, Garth Brooks, uh, stuff like that, and then blues thrown in the mix. Like BB King was in my life before I even understood what blues was
Who
and
BB
why
King
this
was?
man was so sad. Yeah. What's up, Johnny? Uh, yeah, man.
Let's get a Dale yeah in here.
Let's get let's get a Dale yeah in the chat, please. But no, man.
Question one, Dale yeah.
I don't want to sound like a Stifler, dude. Like I believe music can be. I don't care if two artists are singing about the same thing, right? I just want to feel it. Like when some of these new
Mm-hmm.
age artists are talking about being upset and how their life sucks, I don't feel it. It just feels like you're trying to sell me something, and I'm not gonna buy that ever. There's a 0 out of 10 chance I'm
No,
gonna buy
also,
that.
what I find really strange personally is, like, I grew up. I don't know if this is exactly what you were talking about in the same sense, but I grew up with just 70s and 80s music, cause, or even 60s music, because whatever my grandma listened to, whatever my mom listened to, that's what I listened to. Because I mean, I couldn't get access to music from anywhere else. There was no internet in Mississippi, where I lived, and if there was, I was not allowed to use it. So it was whatever they liked. Um,
Oh, and old
and
rock.
because of
Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Old rock and roll, dude. You brought up 70s and 80s, and I was like,
yeah,
Aerosmith. What?
Aerosmith.
Dude, I love
Um,
Aerosmith.
but I do love some Aerosmith. But what's just crazy to me is, even whenever I didn't really associate with that music, like, he was still just really good to me. Um, and I
Def
don't know if
Leppard,
that's just because that's
baby.
what I had, but that could be like learned response. Like, I saw that the other people around me liked that music,
Yeah.
and so it could be that now, either because I associate with it now, I know what they're talking about, and I can associate with it more. But with the newer music that's coming out, sometimes I just genuinely don't associate with it. I've never felt that way, and I would never feel that way, and I don't know why you feel that way. Um, but it could relate to that other side where I don't really see people enjoying that kind of music often. Like, I'm not going to hang out with 12 and 13-year olds in my, I teach, and they talk about all these rappers and stuff. And I'm not going to hang out with you and listen to rap music.
That's
But
kind of like
also, I'm
me
not going
with
to listen to it
EDM.
by myself.
I respect EDM. I think it takes talent to make EDM. I do not personally like EDM. I feel like it is a sensory overload.
Now, speaking of EDM, I don't know if this exactly falls into that category. I know it's close, if not. The Animal Collective used to like meet once a year or once every few years and do drugs, and that's how they recorded their albums
Hey,
specifically. So I'm not going to say it requires a lot of skill, but also I'm not going to say that they're unskilled because I do genuinely like two or three of their songs. Some of them are complete trash though.
my buddy. I mean, mu- if you were a musician, right? Like
Okay, I'm thinking
professionally,
I'm a musician.
like
Okay, yes, I'm thinking about it.
if music is your life, some people have done some
Okay,
insanely impressive things for their craft. So like obviously you have legends uh like Stevie Wonder, you have
Jack
like
Black. Oh,
no, Stevie Wonder, you've got like Beethoven, people who have overcome serious adversities for their craft. But like it goes from small scale to large scale, and some of it's just so mind-boggling. Like my buddy Cameron in college told me about a Canadian band, and they're constantly writing
the
music.
Bare Naked Ladies.
No. How they write their music is they'll go to like pawn shops and old music stores, and they'll buy like broken, detuned, whacked out synthesizers, and they'll make music with the broken instruments because to them that's unique. Like if they just get a normal synthesizer, everyone has a normal synthesizer, they can make the same sound. What's the point? There's nothing transformative. So they'll take broken instruments and just make music with a bunch of broken instruments. And to me, that's wonderful. Like, even if I don't like your music, kudos. Like, you have my respect, if anything. You may not have me as a fan, but you certainly have my respect.
Now, Tim, speaking of weird instruments, uh, have you ever? They're called like the pressurized air drums or something like that, and you can make them with like a literal Coke bottle. Do you know what I'm talking? Have you ever seen those?
I'm Googling it right now, so banter for a little bit.
Uh, so I was watching somebody basically use these drums. And I've literally never seen anything exactly like it, but they fill it with different amounts of air so that it's compressed. And the more compressed the air is, the more it kind of stretches the plastic, just like with a guitar string. So you can tune it that way. And like I didn't know that that was an instrument at all, like genuinely. And so they're like showing how to play it as like compared to like a xylophone and a marimba. And yeah, I've just literally never seen anything like that.
It's just an air drum. What is that, pneumatic? Oh, it's a pneumatic drum.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's what it's called.
So tell me this.
Some people call it a bottle hang drum or a pneumatic drum. I think
What's your
the two words for
favorite
it.
what's your favorite 70s to 80s rock band? And when I say that, I mean all genres included, like glam rock, all of it, dude. What's your favorite?
Well, I mean, I don't know why, but my immediate thought was Earth, Wind, and Fire, but that's 60, so it's not in there.
Is that even rock
Um,
music? Engineers do make dope
no,
instruments, man. Uh, you
Y-
can give me three. Give me
yeah,
your top three. I'll loosen it up for you.
top.
Yeah, give me the
Now,
top three.
so
I want the people watching to like
I'm just gonna.
instantly flame you for your opinion.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the first ones that I kind of grew up with and understood as a band, just because I feel like that's a better response. One of the first bands I was ever aware of was AC/DC, and I'm aware that the singer sounds like a small child. Uh, that's
Back in
fine. He's still cool. I still like them. They're still fine. Um, let's see. All right, now you give one, and then I'll give one, and then we'll go back and forth that way.
You got a Dell, yeah, in the
Yeah,
comment section, baby.
got
Uh,
me a deal. Yeah, baby.
I was. This is one of my favorite things. I don't have a lot of favorite things about me, but this is one of my favorite things about me. I
The
was.
favorite thing about me, I am that singer from AC/DC. I'm the small child.
That's me. Thunderstruck. uh, I was actually brought home from the hospital, uh, freshly born, and the song that was playing from the hospital,
Freshly birthed. They
yeah,
got you right out of
I was
there.
fresh out the oven, baby. Um, was Metallica's cover of "Turn the Page." So,
Yeah.
in light of that, has always held, like, no matter if the album's good or trash, and we're not gonna get into Metallica albums, but Metallica, baby, I love and will always love Metallica. That's one of the Turn the Page is one of the first songs I learned on guitar because it was the song I was brought home to. It was Dream On by Aerosmith and Turn the Page by Metallica, and then we were back home.
Now see, Tim, I like turn the I like Dream On by Aerosmith. I've heard it many times. Metallica has a cover art that's sometimes grotesque or bizarre, and so my family was not a big fan of Metallica at the time. So
Who
I did not get to grow up with a whole lot of Metallica. But
have you?
I know a fair bit of them now. It's like Iron Maiden though. The same thing, same story.
Iron Maiden. Okay, Iron Maiden deserves to be a legend, right? Just because they are who they are. But in this day and age, his voice is take it or leave it. Just because he's got that old school power voice. But I mean, Iron
Yeah.
Maiden. I don't know, dude. It's to me, it's like I was born and raised with it, so I'm gonna love them till I die. But have you ever heard the cover of Turn the Page?
The cover
Yeah,
or the real thing?
Metallica's version of Turn the Page.
I believe I've heard it. I can't think of it specifically. Again, I know I've heard it. I just can't think of it
It was
explicitly offhand.
when I started showing you how to play the guitar. It was that the chords, the E minor and the D chord that I was showing you were the first two chords of that song. Uh, so
Also, I would like to point out that the lead singer of AC/DC always wears shorts and a hat, and it always
I've
just makes
always
him look even shorter, and that bothers me.
yeah, man.
Not to not to rag on him, but
You were just talking about loving them. You can't do this.
I do love it. I do love them as a band. I just it bothers me when I see his picture. I was looking up some AC/DC songs.
I think it's their guitarist, but I like how one of them is named Angus. Really love that.
That's my favorite. People ask me, "What's your favorite thing about AC/DC?" I
Angus.
never say the music. I say, "Did you know the bassist name is Angus?"
Yeah. Is it the bassist or the guitarist? But it seems like Angus Young.
I don't know. You mean now that's even worse, man. He doesn't even have any genuinely real names.
He do got old man
Those are
legs
just
though.
words. Oh yeah, Angus Young. There he is.
Hey.
Phil Rudd, Cliff Williams.
All right, so you gave me AC/DC. I gave you Metallica. Go ahead, go again.
All right. So do they have to fit exactly in 70s and 60s? Because a lot of these bands look like they kind of started a little bit before that.
As long as they were popping off good songs and good albums in those decades, I'll give you it.
Okay. Well, I got to go with the Blue Oyster Cult. You know, I got to do that.
Whoa. Do you know any other song besides "Don't Fear the
It's,
Reaper"?
well, that's the only song they wrote. What are you talking about?
Their concerts are incredibly short.
No, they play it 4 times. People love it.
Oh, whoa. Song back to back. The drummer just never lets off the cowbell the whole time. He just lays onto it. Dude's
Oh,
bicep is
they,
huge.
they'll scream for an encore. They're like, oh,
Oh,
you go straight back
bro.
to it just one more time.
I don't know who Johnny 414 is, but you took my number two, bro. My number two is Motley Crue, no doubt. I was genuinely gonna say Motley Crue, for my number two.
No, it's too late. You can't use that one. That was his second one.
Dang it, Ja. You took my number two. Um,
He's got Def Leppard, and then he's got Ja Crew. That's his two. You
it's
still got to give your two.
it's
You
my
can't cheat
boy.
off somebody else's paper.
Oh, Tim, like Storm.
Froggy Fresh.
Uh, dang it. I was told I was mentally prepared to say Motley Crue, so now I got to think of something
It's
else.
my boy Tim. It's you. It's you.
No, it's not me. Uh, it's my bro. What? I have a large family that I love. Which bro?
It's
Help
it's
me.
it's Zane. It's your brother.
Oh, is it Zane? Zane? Is that you?
Is it my literal brother?
I complimented you. Well, I gave you a backhanded compliment earlier if it's you.
I gave you kind of a compliment. Isn't that great?
Oh, John. That is my bro. It's a bro that I could compliment forward-handed, not backhanded. So like this, not this. Hey, John. Welcome to the
One
show,
with
bud.
discipline, not with one with respect, not
Damn it.
discipline.
I knew he was. If that's him, I should have seen crew coming from a mile away. Oh, John, this is the Noah you might be meeting this weekend. Um. Oh God, who's?
Speaking 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 of bands, yes, it is.
I'm. Dang it! I really got to think of another one. It was gonna be
Yeah,
my number
now you're
one,
lost.
but so I have some time to think. Aerosmith. Bang. Aerosmith. Your turn.
Just Aerosmith, cut it dry. Do you know any songs by Aerosmith other than Dream On?
You don't want to go down this road with me, Noah. John's in the chat, and me and him have listened to many an Aerosmith album together, like front to back, on repeat. You don't want to walk this road with me. We will go to war. What's your number one? Give me your number one band now. I demand it. Listen to me. I demand it now.
Uh, uh, it's got to be the one that I grew up with probably the most. Duran Duran.
Stop. Try again.
You don't like Duran Duran?
Try again.
They made a whole song that was supposed to be perfectly for this movie, and that movie completely flopped. And I always just find that hilarious. That every James Bond movie was a success, and they're like, Duran Duran, we want you to do the intro to this one. It's gonna be just so hot.
John,
And
don't help him.
they wrote a complete banger, and then the song was trash.
The movie was trashed.
Yeah, have you ever seen Dance into the Fire? Tell me, or what is it? View to a Kill. That the name of the song is View to a Kill. The chorus is Dance into the Fire. Have you ever seen the movie View to a Kill? Tell me, how many times have you
No.
seen the movie
John
The
said
View to a
hungry like the
Kill?
wolf. I thought he was trying to give you an edge. I was very upset.
Well, I like Hungry Like the Wolf. I mean, I didn't say that
And
View
I'm
to a Kill is my
hungry
favorite
like
song
I like
because everybody knows Blue Moon on Mondays probably one of the best ones.
the only time I like hungry with like the wolf is when I'm watching that movie with Frankie Muniz and the dude gets painted blue. That's a good one. I don't remember which movie it is, but it's a
Okay,
good one. Uh let's see, man.
were you were you gonna say that your number one is the Cleanance Clearwater Revival?
Hello, oh, the red, white, and blue. I'm peeking the mic. I need to calm down. Uh, oh, Big Fat
Don't
Liar.
you wish
That's the
that was still
movie.
cool to?
That's the movie with Frankie
Yeah,
Muniz. Big Fat
that's
Liar.
the one. You're right. I didn't even think about who Frankie Muniz was, but then yeah,
Chill
that all clicked
out.
together.
Malcolm in the Middle.
I was
I'll
like,
kill you.
I was like,
Okay, so what's my number one?
well, his name was Malcolm in the show. Again, I was a child when I watched this. I didn't think about people having two names. I was like, oh, that's Malcolm
He's
from
got my
Malcolm
back.
in the Middle.
He's had my back since the third grade. I'd have been eating glue and licking windows without that man. He knew Big Fat Liar when no one did.
He
Uh,
dyed my face blue.
I feel like it'd be a cop out to say the Beatles, right?
Yes, and not a great answer.
First of all right, we're not gonna get into that.
Best band of all time, Tim. You're saying this is your number one band? It's the Beatles. Now, I'm not
70s,
saying they're not
80s,
influential. It's just like
Nickelback.
RHCP. Come on now.
Uh,
Nickelback? You going Nickelback? Look at this photograph. Every time I do with me in my
this
life.
should be 70s and 80s, bro. Uh,
I know.
dang man, there's so many good ones. You can go with like the Doors.
He won't do it. He won't do it, John.
We could go with Skid. No, I don't want to go with Skid Row. It's such a tough one, man. There's so many good.
I thought you were gonna go with Leonard Skinner, and I would have Had to agree with you a little bit there, but you
I'm
changed up on
as free as dude,
that.
dude, you have no idea how hard it was for me when you were doing your church thing and I was watching live. You have no idea how hard it was for me to
Just
not get in the
spam
chat.
Freebird in chat.
Dude, I said that and Amanda busted out laughing. I was like, dude, if they did Freebird right now, I would throw a fit. And she's like, aren't they doing Christmas music? Like, yeah, but Freebird, baby.
It's, any encore can be Freebird. It doesn't matter what kind of performance it is. You can go to a rap concert, request Freebird as an encore.
They have
Valid
to
option.
legally they have to do it. There's no other choice.
I mean, literally, that encore is what made them famous. Do you remember that? Or I guess you weren't there, but they were opening for the Rolling Stones, and they're like, "Hey, there's like one rule: you can't go out on the tongue because that's kind of where they do their solos and all that." And they're like, "Encore, yeah!" And so, of course, as soon as they get to the solo in Freebird, they just all run out to the tongue. They brought cables. This is before wireless. They brought cables specifically long enough to reach all the way out to the tip of the tongue. They knew what they were doing.
uh, bro, I think I'm gonna have to go with like Black Sabbath, or maybe
Or maybe Ozzy Osbourne.
yeah, maybe his solo. Well, I don't know, man. Black Sabbath kind of was the trailblazer for a lot of bands that I love today. So I think I got to go with Black Sabbath purely for the domino effect they had.
Okay.
I need to see
Do you know any songs other than Crazy Train?
Mr. Crowley. No, that's Guns N' Roses, isn't
it? Way to really show me that you
got
like
me.
that, man.
War Pigs is really good. War Pigs, Iron Man.
There you go.
Those are all big songs, though. Oh, John in the comment, War Pig. You invalidated my War Pigs. I'm gonna go with Paranoid now. Every time he says something, I have to think of something else. Tell me something.
Shouldn't have grew up with him, Tim. You knew better.
I knew better than to grow up with you. You betrayed me. Oh yeah. Oh, dude. I'm thinking of Mr. Brownstone from Guns N' Roses. Mr. Crowley is Ozzy Osbourne. How dare you gaslight me? You're gas trucking me.
He said it, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that is Ozzy Osbourne. Like, what's he talking about? But I mean, if he's wrong, he's wrong. I'll let him be wrong.
I played myself. Tell me if you can hear this. Did you hear any of that?
I didn't hear a single thing.
All right,
it was eerie silence.
I was playing a song on a window in the background. I'm trying to figure out if we ever have a guest on the show, how I'm gonna panel them in, and I was doing that live. That's not. What did you hear, John?
That's not part of this.
John, tell me what you heard. He's gonna know if the song I played was really cool or like bubblegum pop. It's a facade. He was lying the whole time. Oh, my dude, he heard the YouTube. Wait, did you hear it through my headphones? Did he hear it?
That means that only I can't hear it.
Hold on. Tell me if you could hear it like this. Tell me if you can still hear it. Because my speaker's on playing. Can you still hear that? Enjoy the sound. Whoa! All right, we got to stop that. We're gonna get copyrighted.
Only I can't hear it.
All right, no. So if we ever have a guest on, you can't talk to them.
You'll have to translate for me. He says 3. Oh, okay.
That's good stuff. I'm glad that you guys can hear my browser window. It also makes me incredibly worried, truth be told.
You're gonna Google something and ads are gonna come up. People are gonna know what you've been Amazon searching.
I'm just afraid they're gonna like I'm afraid I'm gonna be listening to something like for comedic purposes, and they're
Yeah,
just not gonna. They're gonna be like,
it's comedic. I don't genuinely like them. It says you've played this video 60 times. It's comedic. It's
it's
funny
it's
every time.
it's for research. I swear. See,
I don't genuinely like.
I was setting up for a bit. I was gonna play I was setting up for a bit. I was gonna play a small like 5 second clip of Pomp Pomp, and just for the meme of it, and then I realized like if I were to play 10 seconds of it, you'd get to hear some of the lyrics, and then that's
Well, you
that.
could play the original one that's in Japanese. That's not basically porn.
I don't want to do that. No, if I'm gonna do it, I'm going the whole way, bud.
I'm going for the parody where it's really weird and gross.
Yeah, it's very weird and gross, but it's classic, baby, and that's what we do here. We keep it classic. Who's your okay? Hold on, we gotta reel this back around from like weird Japanese, almost porn music.
Well, I didn't know we were in weird Japanese music until you just said that.
Well, that's where we are, and we're coming back. Do you have any
And we're
modern
driving
artists?
back.
Do you have any artists that you do like modern artists?
Like, I'll have you know, Casey Elephant released an album last year.
He didn't do that.
Pretty modern.
He didn't do that.
I made you listen to it at the gym. You know that. Come on.
Which song was it? Was it No Rest for the Wicked or
Uh, no, they had a whole album. I made you listen to like the whole album. We were working out at the gym. It wasn't one song. What's the name of that album? But I know it has Black Madonna and When You're Ready and Ready Set Ready Let Go. I think.
wait?
Let's
Oh,
see.
okay. Almost. Wait, what's the artist name?
Cage the Elephant.
I could have swore you said
You know.
Casey released an album last year.
Yes. Casey.
I thought you were talking
Casey
about.
Soul Stealing Walker.
I thought you were
My
talking about
favorite modern artist.
our mutual friend Casey. Mutual being me, you, and John in the chat. Our mutual friend released an album last year, and you were listening to it, and apparently had showed me in the gym, which I know to not be true.
You don't remember? It was Casey Soul Stealing Walker. We both listened to it together.
You already know, dude. He's
It
out here.
sounded like an underwater level of Mario.
Bro's out here spitting bars, sounding like the Fire Temple in Ocarina of Time. You already know what's
He's
up. You know the
spitting
vibe.
bars, breaking guitars, eating moon bars.
Oh, Noah, you got a treat coming, baby. When we go over to John's, he's busting out Coach's albums. I'm talking Kiss. I'm talking Van Halen. I'm talking Poison. He missed Casey's album.
Poison.
No, not Alice Cooper's. Poison.
Yeah, I know. But
Every rose has its thorn.
oh my bro, corn.
Oh, speaking of corn,
I don't know.
I know you enjoy corn.
So give me a little hint. What if you were to play a corn song? How would it? How would you? What part would you do, and how would it go?
If I were to create a corn song, are you asking how I would create the corn song?
Well, not if you were to create not a modern corn song because then it'd have to be Christian, and his Christian songs are kind of weird. No offense to, I mean, nothing wrong with being Christian. No offense to changing your whole life. It was just kind of a weird change. Um, anyways,
I
on
got it.
top of that, if if you had to take pieces from corn songs to stitch together the corn song, how would that go?
I got you. What I would do,
Okay.
I would take my drums and I would throw them out the window because we're using electric drums. I would take my guitar and take 30 different guitar pedals and turn them all on. Turn all the switches up. Everything's on 10 constantly. But the guitar, standard guitar. We're going to tune a drop D, very, very normal stuff. The bass, we're going to cook some spaghetti noodles that are very long. We're going to cook the actual hell out of them and then tape them to the bass as loosely as they'll go on. And we're going to plug them in to the house speakers, so they're the first thing you hear. Rhythm guitars, throw him out the window. We don't need that. What we're going to do is we're going to come out on stage with trip pants and shirts with holes in them, and we're going to look like we just came off a 3-month meth bender. Because we did, I, as the vocalist, would come out on
Part of the
stage.
music. We did.
Yeah. I would come out on stage. I would disorientedly look at the audience and be like, we're Korn, and I've got 2 things to tell you. Thing 1, praise Jesus and heroin. Thing 2, like, that's the song. That's the whole song. We're going to do that for 30 minutes straight.
Just on repeat. Just go for it.
We're going to do that for 30 minutes. There's going to be a 10-minute breakdown where the noodles on the bass break. So he just breaks the bass. And I'm just going to hold the biggest Aima for the longest time. For like a whole 5 minutes. John would show up with his dreads with a brand new bass with fresh spaghetti noodles on it. And we'd finish out the track. That's my Korn song. As we walk off.
That's it. That's just how it would go.
As we walk off, a needle and a balloon of meth fall out of my pocket as the mic is at my face, and I say, God bless you all. It's a very, very, very almost oxymoronic situation. It would go platinum within 30 seconds of release. No conversation. No conversation.
So, Tim, speaking of things that are just pleasant to the ears in generals, there is
Say pleasant
something
to the ears
I
and
want
genitals?
you. What?
I'm just telling you what I heard.
Okay.
I'm just
I
telling
think
you what I
you're
heard.
going deaf.
Tell me
All right,
what you said
anyways.
when we get this back on track.
So there's a famous song in the year of 1976 that I feel like you should know.
It was the
A,
summer
because I
of
know that you genuinely.
'69.
Yeah, they wrote that in '76.
Yeah.
They were like, we really underestimated that year. We should really go back and talk about that.
Dude, singer was like, I really hate this decade, bro. I want to go back.
What's weird to me is, what is it? That song by Prince was written way before 1999,
Which song?
wasn't it? The 1999, the song by Prince
Purple
wasn't
rain,
released. Yeah,
purple rain.
released in 1982. My man was looking 17 years in the future. And I see a paycheck. There's gonna be the year 1999 is coming up. We got to have a song for it.
Y2K,
And my man
baby.
just went for it. Anyways, you should know the song 1999 by Prince. I'm just baffled that you asked me the name of the song. It's 1999. I don't have words for that. Anyways, so in 1976, there was a song that topped the charts.
Hold on, give me a second. Give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Calm down. The browser window is up, and you're giving me a chance. Big song in 1976. Got it.
Now
Is it "Silly Love Songs" by Wings?
So it didn't necessarily top the charts. Don't look at number one. It's just that it's the sheer fact that it made it on the list is what's impressive. So look at those and see if you're looking at the list, look for one that truly seems like it should not be impressive, because it should not be impressive.
It's definitely not. Don't Go Breaking My Heart. I thought it was that.
No.
Is it Disco Lady?
I couldn't. It couldn't even if it tried. The disco part's right. It's not Disco Lady though. It's a similar thing.
Hold on. We're not done. Oh my God. All right. So our hint is disco. If you're in the chat and you know it before I know it, tell me. Is it Play That Funky Music? White Boy?
Please tell me that that's not a real thing.
Yeah, 1976. Play That Funky Music. By Wild Cherry.
Oh, sorry. Billboard Hot. It was number one. I'm so sorry. Gosh.
Silly Love Song by
was number
Wings?
one. No, Billboard Hot 100 in 1976.
That's what I'm saying. The number one in 1976 was Silly Love Songs.
No, the Billboard Hot 100. It's not the it's I don't know what is Billboard Hot 100. It's not.
That still
Is it?
of Elton John is making me very upset. There we go.
Yeah, I don't. It's another. I guess it's a separate chart, but I know it's on all of the charts, but apparently it was number one on this one.
How was Bohemian Rhapsody number 18? Boogie Fever?
Hey, oh, hey, wait, I'm gonna send you a picture, and this is gonna be another hint for
Oh
you.
my God, I know it. It's Take It to the Limit. Limit! Walk along the
No,
razors.
here you go. There's
Welcome
your
to the
picture.
limit. Is it the theme song from SWAT?
Yeah, it's the same theme song to SWAT. That's exactly right.
Casey and the Sunshine Band? Shake Your Booty? I don't know.
So, uh, I'll send you a picture if you just need the answer. I think you send you a picture.
I do. I need the answer. Let me get out of here. Listen to Take It to the Limit though. It's a banger.
Take it to the limit.
Well, I love how it always changes.
And
Just take it to the limit, push it to the limit, and then at the very end, what do you think? How much closer to the limit am I gonna get? Last verse. Welcome to the limit. Space. That's some good stuff.
we've done it. We've made it. We're at the limit.
La,
So
la, la. I don't see.
so this was
Oh, did you send it in
number
Discord?
6. Yeah, I sent it in Discord. This is number 6 in the UK, number 4 in Australia, and number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100,
You're
1976.
gonna have to send it through Facebook. If I exit out of this on Discord, it's gonna make you small as a man
Okay,
and as a co-host.
I am a man co-host. I don't know how to spell Facebook, so you will have to bear with me. Oh my goodness, I just wrote face.
You're
I
going for
didn't
your
even type
master's
in
in
the book.
psychology right now. I don't know if you're gonna make it if you can't spell
Fun
Facebook.
fact. That Tim. Fun fact. Facebook is not a requirement to be a psychologist.
I may not be able to spell Facebook, but I don't need to spell schizophrenia to tell you that you're crazy. Ha ha.
You can't use that's hurtful language. You can't say that.
You can't just tell people that they're crazy. Also, schizophrenia doesn't make you crazy. If you have
I was gonna say
schizophrenia,
something, but I'm not gonna do that.
if you have schizophrenia, I'm down to talk about that. Like that's such a fascinating topic to me. I
Are you asking me specifically?
no, I don't
Okay, because
imagine that.
I don't I would I
Yeah.
would I would like to talk to people about it. I mean, I think it's a very interesting thing. I don't want anybody to feel like I'm trying to make fun of them or belittle them for that. It's
What
just genuinely interesting.
what is this? Disco Ducks, Ricky D's and his cast of idiots. What is that?
Give it a Google. I'm telling you, it's top of the charts, baby.
If I
It's by
play that
Rick Dees.
if I play that song, the people watching this are gonna have to listen. I'll do that.
then, then don't.
What is it? It's Disco Duck.
And so the next year he
Oh,
released
that's
another one,
Nightmare.
and the
Hold on.
next year he got number 56 on the chart, just right outside the top 50. And you know what the name of that song was?
What?
Disco Rilla.
Can you do me a favor and look at the thumbnail of look at our stream right now. I want you to look at that
Okay,
thumbnail
all right.
and tell me that you're gonna sleep sound tonight.
Well, let's give it a second. Again, mine lagged a little bit. You say that's good. I like that. That's nice.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna
If I were
do.
to describe that with one word, I would say nice.
I'm gonna click this link, and then I'm gonna scroll somewhere random in the song, and I'm gonna see if I can recognize this song.
Okay, just play a couple seconds of it, and if it doesn't say the word disco duck, try. I hope it's playing because I genuinely can't hear it. You can only play 15 seconds.
That's a fever dream. That is a fever dream. That man was just making sounds. Oh, yeah, brah. That's where they got it from. That's where and it comes full circle at the end, folks. That's where modern rappers got the gun sound from. I can't. Noah, you've done it. Noah, you've done it. You've
I've
brought
de-
this
I've
conversation full
deciphered.
circle. That's where they got it from. Rappers love Disco Duck. And
Some rapper was going through his grandpappy's vinyls, and he was like, "Grandpa, what is this?" Son, you don't know the Disco Duck?
I'm gonna teach you the
And then he goes,
ways.
"Ba-da-ba-ba."
And that's what they heard. That's what they.
He's like,
That's what they pull. It's not from guns. It's not to imitate the sound of a bah like a handgun. It's Disco
yeah.
Duck. So whenever you're listening to a trap song and you hear the artist go bah, just know that's Disco Duck in them.
They're disco ducking.
Whoa! My whole perspective's changed. This has been the most enlightening episode.
He really beat the curve, though.
He did.
Rick Dees really beat the curve, though. This was like 40 years in advance.
He beat him to the punch by 40 years. That's a lot of sleep. These guys were sleeping on him. All he did was write a song about a duck, and he encouraged a whole ad lib.
I want to go through his top songs with you, though, because Rick Dees was apparently famous. Like, he's apparently famous enough to be in some movies and things like that.
I'm having trouble believing you.
He got sued for copyright infringement. That's something I should tell you, for a song entitled "When Sonny Sniffs Glue." So that's a famous court case you can look up. He was making fun of apparently John Mathis. So, anyways, his number one songs, not the number one songs. These are just some of his best songs, and I'll tell you the year, the title, and what place they got. The first one that got famous was, of course, the 1976 Disco Duck Part 1. I don't know that there's a Disco Duck Part 2. I see that on the album there's a Part 1 and Part 2. I don't think there's a Disco Duck song on album 2, though. So, again, pointless information. 1977, just 1 year later, he got to rank 56 on that same chart with Discorilla, right?
What? Oh, I think you showed me that song. I hate that too.
Yeah. So then he just gets barely off the chart this next time. He releases a song in 1978. Again, just 1 year later, it ranks 110, and it's called Bigfoot. That one's not exactly as weird as the rest of them. So then let's skip ahead about almost 10 years. 1984. This ranked 104. My man was almost right back on the top 100, and it was called "Get Naked."
Very nice.
And then later in 1984,
Get Naked.
He got another song, and he made it back on the top 100. My man, at the closing of the curtains, he made it right back on the top 100 in 1984. Well, actually, he kept making music after that, which is what's even crazier. But this song was called "Eat My Shorts."
What? Like the famous Simpsons situation?
Like the famous Simpsons quote, yeah, like Bart Simpson.
I am not big on that.
Now, again, to let you know how old he is, he guest starred on Cheers, Roseanne, Married with Children, and Diagnosis Murder.
So Rick Dees is a busy man.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's actually done some stuff. I did not know about him literally at all. Like even just a little bit. His name is Rigdon Osmond Dees the Third.
Well, do me a favor, because I want to show some respect to my man Rick Dees. Nuts. Check on the podcast again, and I want you to tell me whether or not he's definitely a savage, John. No, I want you to tell me if you're gonna have good sleep tonight. Just check
Please
the
don't
stream.
tell me you pulled up the picture. He's got a really like waxy face. It does. It's really off-putting. Like it,
I have heard. I
he
have
went
heard.
to he went to UNC. Oh my good. This man graduated from the UNC of University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, and then he went on to this prestigious career. I mean, that's crazy.
I've heard people's faces get called a million things, a million and one.
He has his own website. Oh my goodness, Tim, he has his own website. Are you on his? Are you on his website?
I have never heard another human being call a human's facial features waxy. Also, he
What are
definitely
you?
collects
His
teeth.
face looks.
He collects teeth
So
and he puts them in his
his
duck mask.
on his website, the first picture is a large picture of Ed Sheeran.
What?
Yeah, go to his website. His website is rick.com.
His Google image search makes me very uncomfortable.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh,
There's a number you can call him.
he's the owner of Rick.com.
Yeah. Contact Rick. There's two different ways to contact Rick.
You should hit him up and just be like, hey, what's up?
There's also a
Wow.
book of Rick D's all-time 40 greatest desserts.
What is happening? Why is the cover for his website Ed Sheeran?
Well, let's give a dessert book. My
No
man's
one
just
would
trying to hit
believe
every
us.
field, it seems.
Hold on. Let me go back. All right, let's share the browser. All right, you guys can see my browser, right? This is just open internet right here. This is very vulnerable between you and I. This is his website, rig.com, rigd's 2021. Look at this. I want you to just watch this. I don't like that we're closing this episode on Rick D's, but we'll have to. I click the website. First of all, nothing happened. I click again. Right away. Ed Sheeran. Why is he there?
Tim,
Ed Sheeran.
do you think that
Dealmaker.
you could win the countdown challenge uh, on his website? I don't really like their picture of Ed. I don't understand it. Who knew that Ed Sheeran's secret deal with James Blunt could possibly lead
Lead
to
to
this?
this.
No. To this. Are you gonna read about it, Tim?
I'm not going to do
It's
that.
gonna keep you up at night.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to finish this episode and I'm going to go back to doing my job. It's going to be very normal. I'm not looking into that tabloid stuff. However, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you'll come back for future episodes. I am actively working on getting some of our YouTube content up. That's not just podcast episodes, but just stuff that we do on the side. So I hope you'll tune into our YouTube channel once we get it up and running. We'll keep you posted on that on our Facebook page. And I mean, I hope you've just enjoyed us. We're here every Monday, 7 or 8 o'clock. We're here
I
for
hope
an
you
hour.
enjoyed Rick D's.
Yeah, I mean, who would have known we'd have collaborated
If
with?
we can get him on the
He'll be our first feature that you can't hear. And only I'll be able to hear him go, I'll be the only one to hear that. It'll be great.
I swear, Tim, if you get Rick D's on the phone and I don't get to experience Rick D's, I don't know how. I don't know if we can even be friends after something like that.
Bro's like, not only am I quitting the show, I'm quitting our friendship.
But we're done. I'll never see you again.
John, what did you mean by "and us"? At the end, I have to know.
He's Rick. He's Rick. He is part of the
John-
Rick D's collective.
John is Rick D. He's the originator of Bruh. Oh yeah. John, now that you've watched, hold on. I want to be sincere. You're like one of my best homies, so I want to be 100 with you. I hope you come back every time and watch every time because it's always good.
And hear Rick D's. And he'll hear
D.
Rick D's.
Jesus Christ, my face is not having a good time. I really hate that I zoomed in like this. But I hope to see you all, including you, John, next week. Thanks for thanks for joining me with the Zoom in. I've been one of your hosts. I'm Tim, as you can see up there. Noah, tell them who you are. Noah Ulmer.
But because we're ending on such a somber note, I'm gonna space my words out dramatically
That's good.
in kind of the same way that Tim did. I have been your other co-host, and my name is Noah, and we'll just leave it there. I want you to know my actual last name. That's it's not a real last name. It's
It's
a
right
parody of a
there.
last name.
Your last name is literally
I don't.
within line of sight.
They, Tim,
It's
you're
right there.
breaking my somber atmosphere.
Sorry.
I'm scared that if I'm somber like this too long, it'll just be William Shatner from Star Trek.
Well, until next time, we'll see you then. Well, thank you for watching.
Well, until next time.
Bye, folks. Oh, John's excited about meeting you. We'll talk about that after this. Bye. All right, cool.